Hey, this is Steve from HitItLonger.com, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about my list of top 5 distance misconceptions. So if you really want to get the ball out there further, there's some traps and pitfalls and thinking that I want you to avoid. And let's get the facts straight right after this. Hey, this is Steve with HitItLonger.com. I continue my journey to hit the ball longer and straighter from tee to green than ever before. I hope you'll join me and hit the subscribe button right down below. All right, my number 5 misconception about distance is that you've got to swing really hard when you're out on the course. Now, course swing should be fairly smooth and repeatable. If you're feeling like you got to swing hard in order to hit the ball out there farther, it means you haven't been doing your homework off the course. You're not going to show up to the course without practicing anything new and expect to hit the ball farther just by swinging harder. But instead, doing your homework, that means doing your speed training, doing your flexibility training. That way you can swing faster while still feeling like you're maintaining that smooth, repeatable rhythm and tempo that gets the ball down the fairway every time. So here's an example of a course swing I might make. Be fairly high in speed, but I think to the average viewer, I think it's going to look fairly smooth still. All right, my number 4 misconception about getting distance is that you've got to have a high amount of club head speed. Now, of course, there's a big correlation between that, but there's a lot more to hitting the ball long than just club head speed. So hitting the ball in the center, dead center of the club face is so super important to getting distance. You could swing the club very, very fast, but you're hitting the ball anywhere around the outer perimeter here of the club face, then certainly you're not going to get very much distance. Now, this is measured sometimes as smash factor. Smash factor is a ratio between the ball speed and the club head speed. And by hitting the ball right here in the sweet spot, that means you're going to get the highest possible smash factor, which is approaching 1.50. Now, another thing that will make up for not having a lot of club head speed, you can outdrive people with a higher club head speed than you if you can have the right blend of launch, angle, and backspin. High launch, low spin will go much, much farther than anyone hitting the ball with low launch and high spin, the kind of that low climbing shot. Now, if you can hit the ball in the sweet spot and get a really good optimal flight out of it, you can catch up to people swinging as much as 10 or even 12 miles an hour faster than you. That's what I call being sneaky long. Now, my number 3 misconception about getting distance is that you've got to squeeze the club really hard so that you can really hit it. And that's really not true. A really good example of this is, hey, watch Fred Couples. He looks like he's gripping it like his arms are 2 strands of spaghetti. You can just watch the waggles on players like this, like a Ben Hogan. Somebody watch how loose and supple their waggles are. You'll see that they're actually incredibly supple and soft in the hands. Soft and supple is what allows us to whip the club faster. It's very easy to fall into the trap when we're trying to get more distance of squeezing harder, which ultimately will slow down those wrist and forearm muscles. My number 2 misconception about distance is that you have to go and get an entire gym full of weights and start throwing them around, and if you're going to hit the ball longer. Most every one of my students who comes to me wanting more distance, a lot of the club players, they'll say, Steve, do I need to renew my gym membership? Because, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. And no, you do not have to until you get to the extreme upper echelons of swing speed, 130 miles an hour plus. You can get there without ever lifting a single weight. It's just about making your central nervous system be programmed to go faster. Speed is not as much about strength as it is about coordination. swinging faster than ever before, faster than your comfort zone, so often that you become very coordinated at doing it. And my number one misconception about getting more distance is that it's not going to be easy. There are a lot of different prongs of attack here, but if you're going to do it through the equipment avenue, got to get on a TrackMan or some kind of launch monitor with somebody who's really skilled at reading those shots and figure out where to set your driver to, what kind of equipment suits you best for getting the optimal ball flight. And of course, it's not easy work to learn how to hit the ball right in the sweet spot every time. It's going to take a lot of really proper practice for you to move in that direction. And finally, it's not going to be easy and it's not going to be pretty getting club head speed. Now, there are some ways that a lot of golfers can pick up a free, almost free 5, 6, 7, 8 miles an hour club head speed by improving some mechanical things. But once you get to there and it starts to become a physiological equation or formula, it no longer becomes pretty or easy anymore. You're really going to have to, get on your horse and do the work 2, 3, 4 times a week, very consistently, probably for weeks or months, if you're going to get an appreciable amount of club head speed. All right, so let's see if I can put that all together and get some good distance out of this drive. I've got a really nicely fit driver for my swing, not only the speed, but my angle of attack. Got my fairly high tee here for the high launch. And I've been doing my homework for a long time, swinging fast, learning how to hit the ball from a fast swing. Let's take a look, see if I can get some good distance on this. All right, so I knocked that ball out there pretty good by getting a combination of everything you need for distance. That's high club head speed that I've already done my homework on, good contact as seen by a perfect smash factor score, and really nice optimal launch and spin numbers to help me get all the carry and roll I can out of that club head speed. All right, so now you know my top 5 list of distance misconceptions. Now that you know more truths than ever, I hope you go out and hit it farther than you ever have done before. Hey, I'm Steve. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Like this video if you got something out of it, and leave a comment down below in order to support what I'm doing on the channel. And as usual, I'll either see you in the next video or I'll see you longer and straighter down the fairway. Everybody take good care.